Speaker.
I call member for Maiwar.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I rise to address plans for a much-needed new primary school in the inner west, which the state government is proposing to build at the old Toowong Bowls Club next to Perrin Park. It's clearer than ever that the site goes under in major floods. We already knew this, and the adjacent road at Heroes Avenue floods much more easily, cutting off one of two possible road access points. I stopped past the site on the Saturday before the flood peak and a few times since to see the damage for myself. It really was shocking to see and smell the impacts, and particularly at Perrin Park itself, which sits lower than the Bowls Club. I'm as worried as others are about building in a flood zone, and I'm genuinely disappointed that the state government didn't plan ahead and acquire privately owned land rather than using scarce public land for the new school. I've consistently expressed this in meetings with the Minister, with the project team, through the public consultation and in 2 written submissions, which I table. I have raised my concerns again since the flooding. It's clear that neither the Toowong Bowlo site nor the Indooropilly State High Campus is ideal, but the department's decision isn't something which I control. Even if they could be persuaded to change location now, that decision would be at the expense of students and teachers at Indooropilly, at Ironside and Toowong State Schools, which have been bursting at the seams. I know there are some locals who continue to oppose the department's decision. I understand their concerns and I respect their position. But my role now must be to fight for the best possible outcome for the community in light of that decision, just as I was ready to do if the department had chosen the Indooropilly High site. This means making sure, as the department has proposed from the start, that the building design provides the best possible flood immunity, similar to the new building at Milton State School that stood up so well during the recent floods. It means ensuring the necessary upgrades for Heroes Avenue and safe road and pedestrian access from Gailey Road. It means ensuring design and construction is sensitive to the surrounding ecology and making sure the community isn't left with less public green space. On the issue of green space, we all know that this is a council responsibility, and council is far better positioned to deliver new green space with the compensation that it's entitled to, on top of the high rate space in these areas and the infrastructure charges paid by developers. But instead, the Lord Mayor and the local LNP councillor, James Mackay, have tried to pretend that council might not be entitled to compensation for the state acquisition of the Bowls Club. Both the federal LNP member, the former councillor Julian Simmons, and Councillor Mackay refuse to support any location for the new school. Councillor Mackay says he's proposed an alternative, but when directly asked in council, he was actually unwilling to even name the proposal that he's put up as the alternative because it caused such a backlash with the QASMT school community, who he's proposed should move from their newly refurbished and expanded campus. I'm sincerely hoping that all players on the west side can start acting a bit more like grown-ups and collaborating in the best interests of our area.